Welcome to the Stroke World Cup 2026, where countries go head-to-head to see who tackles stroke the best to prevention treatment, rehab, population impact, healthcare access, and outcomes. Curaçao versus Ivory Coast needs adulter warning. Ivory Coast has a much clearer documented stroke mortality burden with a very high estimated age-adjusted stroke death rate. Hospital studies in Côte d'Ivoire show that ischemic stroke makes up about 2/3 of recorded stroke cases, while hemorrhagic stroke makes up about 1/3. But advanced treatment access, stroke units, and rehabilitation are still limited and concentrated. Curaçao may have advantages from a smaller health system and Dutch Caribbean links, but the public stroke data is much harder to verify. In this matchup, data quality itself becomes part of the story. Ecuador versus Germany is a great example of why total deaths do not tell the whole story. Germany records more stroke deaths overall, but Ecuador has the higher age-adjusted death rate. Ecuador's own hospital records found over 62,000 stroke cases from 2015 to 2020, with more than 18,000 deaths. Germany's system is stronger on emergency access. Almost the entire population can reach a CT-equipped hospital within 30 minutes, and most can reach a stroke-ready hospital or certified stroke unit. So this matchup is really about unequal access versus organised stroke infrastructure. Tunisia versus the Netherlands shows the gap between having stroke treatment and having stroke treatment everywhere. Tunisia's estimated age-adjusted stroke death rate is much higher than the Netherlands. The Netherlands has stronger EMS pathways, stroke centres, CT and MRI access, thrombectomy systems, and rehabilitation follow-up. Tunisia has advanced stroke care in selected centres, but access varies more by region and affordability. The question here is not whether treatment exists, it is whether the average patient can reach it fast enough. Japan versus Sweden is one of the strongest health system matchups. Japan has far more total stroke deaths because it has a much larger and older population. Sweden has fewer total deaths and a slightly lower age-adjusted death rate. Japan stands out for imaging and advanced hospital treatment capacity. Sweden stands out for national stroke registry coverage, with Rikstroke collecting data from all hospitals managing acute stroke and covering more than 90% of strokes. This matchup is less about basic access and more about which advanced system measures and improves stroke care better. Paraguay versus Australia is a contrast between national stroke infrastructure and access gaps. Australia recorded around 45,785 stroke events in 2023, including nearly 35,000 first-ever strokes. Australia also has national stroke guidelines, stroke units, telestroke, thrombectomy centres, and rehabilitation programs. But rural and remote access is still a major problem. Paraguay has a much higher estimated age-adjusted stroke death rate and fewer public data sources on incidence, treatment time, and rehabilitation access. This matchup is about whether stroke care reaches people outside the best hospitals. Turkey versus the United States is not just about technology. The United States has more than 795,000 strokes every year, and someone has a stroke about every 40 seconds. It also has certified stroke centres, thrombectomy, CT and MRI access, telestroke, neurologists, and rehab hospitals. But access is fragmented by insurance, geography, race, and income. Turkey has broader universal coverage and strong urban hospitals, but advanced stroke treatment is less evenly distributed. This matchup asks a hard question. Is the better stroke system the one with the most advanced care, or the one that makes care more affordable?